Assless chaps. Got
easy,
my
easy.
sticks.
All right, Butter Gap Shelter. We're leaving now. It's day 3. Here we go.
We need to have a code word for I'm recording.
How about, hey?
How about, hey, I'm recording? That'll work.
I just recorded that too. All right, we just started about 100 meters in and going up. That's a good way to warm you up first thing in the morning. Got a nice drop off the trail here. This might be a two-handed operation too. Uh-oh. Moneypenny loves these kind of things.
What the hell is Moneypenny?
Moneypenny? That's my support staff. All one of her.
All right.
Said taping.
Taping. Taping. Got you.
Taping.
Code word.
The code word for videoing is taping.
Got you.
Sun out here warming us up. Heading back now. I mean, it'll take us a day or two. But every step hit this way, a step closer to the truck. There's Odie in his blown out pants. Definitely a two-handed operation. So we're on our way back. And oh man, we've pretty much only been going up, coming out. So it's probably all downhill going back. But somehow, old Mr. Loeb, he managed to have uphill on both sides. But still walking along. I know I videoed some of this coming the one way, but at Cedar Rock Mountain, you can see the big rock face there. It's pretty neat looking, especially with the sun hitting it, and there's some waterfalls coming down. It's just hard to see through the trees sometimes, but hopefully you can see that. More view of Cedar Rock. You can see up there. Just gotta kind of go through the trees to see it. And of course still going up. Alright. Finally made it to the top of this little bump. That's the last piece we'll see of Cedar Rock here, I think. Let's go over here, head on down into where we camped the first night. Midday break here. Thought I'd talk to you about another one of my snack meals, pemmican. This is pemmican right here. It's about 2 ounces. 4 ounces of this is 600 calories. If you think about it, 4 ounces of a protein bar, most of them are like 190 calories or something like that, and there's like 1 or 2 grams of carbs in this whole thing. So all it is a real lean meat. A lot of people try to use like a venison or bison meat because it's real lean. We used it was a top, I'm not good with meat, that's Moneypenny's area, but yeah, so we got it. You slice it real thin, put it in the oven for a few hours, dry it out like you're doing jerky, and then grind it up in a grinder to a powder, and then you mix fat with it. We use tallow, there's some other ones, And then we had put some blueberries in here. Not very many. Doesn't really affect the taste, but I like the salt. We put some good bit of salt in it. I like that salty taste, and it helps me out. I need salt because I'm walking anyway. So it doesn't taste bad. It looks kind of like a hamburger that's dried out almost. But like I said, hardly any carbs, a lot of calories, and it packs real well. So yeah, this will be one of my snacks I kind of revolve through. That, the keto bar, the sausage, you know, that sausage I did the first day. I did half in the morning, half in the afternoon. That thing's a pound, so I'm thinking it's not making the cut moving forward. But yeah, and maybe a protein bar or two in there too. But yeah, so pemmican, and I'm planning on doing a video as we actually make pemmican with money penny, just to show y'all how we make this. So all right, moving on. About 2 miles in, not even noon yet. We got us some downhill. What a beautiful day. God, it's always nice when you get to the top of one of these knobs or mountains, sun out, you can see forever. It's just beautiful up here. What a great day. Gonna head over to that mountain there. On the top of it is a campsite. See about eating lunch there or something. So as I'm walking along, I keep thinking about things are working, not working. My knees, and for those who don't know or haven't heard one of my previous videos, so I had total knee replacement in both knees same time, because I'm not the smartest guy. Did it in, well, it's 8 years ago, so it'll be 9 years in November. So, oops, sorry. That's obviously a huge concern. I'm not having any issues. Knees, nothing. Feel great. And I'm not wearing a knee brace. I've tried knee braces. Tried like a compression brace, external skeleton kind of brace. All just seem to hinder me so much. And so 3 days in, a lot of pointless up and downs, and my knees are feeling great. I mean, I haven't even had a tingly. Now, I probably shouldn't say that. You know how it is, but that's kind of that. That's a good thing. Hopefully I didn't just jinx it. A bad thing, well, not real bad, but my glove situation, I'm not happy with. So towards the evening, you know, around the fire, start getting cold. In the morning, getting cold. I wear these kind of mechanics gloves through the day walking. They're perfect. No issues there. And I got a pair of gloves for when it rains. They're cold weather gloves. My mittens are the ones that are just, they are warm, but they're hard to get on, hard to get off. Thought maybe they'd work in a little bit, but as soon as I get the mitten part over my fingers, you know, I'm doing something where I need to pull them back out. So thinking of an option for that. I have some OR gloves, cut the wind, give you another layer. Maybe I just wear those over my mechanics gloves, but I can probably shave some weight there a little bit. And another area I know I can shave weight now is some of the electronics. So I have an extra battery for my GoPro, but haven't seen the need. I mean, I'm in day 3, haven't charged this thing yet. And in my head, as long as I can make it 5 miles or 5 days, then I'll have some place that I can charge it. So I'm thinking I can lose the extra battery, and I have a double battery charger in there, so I can lose that and the cable that goes with that. So it's all about ounces. I also have I actually have 2 knives on me, a little one and a pocket knife I carry in my pocket. So I'm thinking, you know, I haven't even used the little one yet. So, you know, that's why these, you know, a couple days shakeout is good. You get to see, you know, I really thought I couldn't live without that. But then once you get out here, you realize, yeah, I didn't even use it. So why am I carrying it? But again, my Sea to Summit, what is it, reactor or something, air mattress, love it, still love it. That thing helps me sleep comfortably at night, and it's been down 20 under 25 degrees every night, and no issue. It's not cold. If I roll off of it, I feel the cold immediately when I hit that ground cloth. So I know that thing's working, and I'm getting good sleep. I fell asleep last night at 8 o'clock. I didn't wake up till 4 this morning, and that's a pretty big deal for me. So yeah, big thumbs up to that air mattress I got. It's a little heavy, but yeah, I love it. That'll be the last thing to go, I guarantee that. All right, finally made it to the top. This is Chestnut Knob, not to be confused with Chestnut Mountain that we went up yesterday. That's like 5-6 miles from here. This one's called Chestnut Knob. Great view from up here. God, see some civilization way down in the valley. That's probably the first buildings we've seen since we've come up here. All right, kind of made the call on Chestnut Knob. We're gonna head on down. So this will be our longest day, probably 9 miles maybe, which is probably good just to get under my belt too. But yeah, the campground are there at Chestnut Knob. We're pretty exposed up on top. Winds kind of get going here at night, and there's no water there. So we kind of loaded up with some water, used a lot of it getting to there, and it's another 2 miles or so, almost 3 maybe, to the next water source. Figure if we're going that far, we might as well do the extra, 2 miles or so and just head down to the vehicle. So I've done 3 days of hiking out here in the end, and like I said, I got a couple nights of putting my kid out, seeing how everything works. I definitely want to streamline some things. It's a matter of knowing where everything is every time, so you're not hunting all over for it. And yeah, I got some pretty good ideas how to fix some things, and I don't know, might do another shakeout hike. Probably won't come out to the mountains as much, but we'll see how it goes. Heck, so it's February, well, right on February. Shit, I got about 50 days till I start the AT. So right now I want to improve a little bit on my training for hills. Not much. I think I'm pretty close. I feel really good, but there's definitely some poundage I can lose out of my backpack. Whoops, out of my backpack there. So yeah, I'll do a wrap up here at the end of the day. Probably gonna get my vehicle, go to my daughter's house, spend the night before I head back to Florida. So all right, talk to you here later. Still coming down the mountain. Still a beautiful day. It's further down we get, temperature definitely going up. Feels good. It's been cold up on top there. All downhill from here.
It's all uphill to here.
Yeah, that's true. All right, winding around the last couple hundred feet here. The Art Loeb Trail. 3 days of fun in the sun. Odie?
Yes, sir. Fun. Happy.
All right. Getting near the end, hard to see the river through the trees on the camera, I'm sure, but
Probably here.
we're all the, yeah, I'm sure you hear it. We're all but there. Don't move the rocks. It's a big deal. Alright, started going one way, finishing going the other. Alright. And that's it. Okay, so I want to wrap up day 3 on the Art Loeb Trail. Obviously, I'm not in the mountain right now, and I'll talk about that here in a second. But so we started at Butter Gap Shelter this morning. Well, yesterday. This is tomorrow morning. We started Butter Gap Shelter with the intent to go to Chestnut Knob. What we did was we kind of split from Butter Gap Shelter to our vehicle at Davidson Campground. And so that would be about 4 miles each day. Not a big mileage day, but it wasn't really about the mileage so much as we started. But anyway, so we went from Butter Gap Shelter. We got up to Chestnut Knob. It was around noon, and we just had a lot of time to kill. Chestnut Knob, for those that know, it's going on top of a hill, and the wind was already kicking when we were up there. There was no water up there. We knew that, though. We had packed some water from down Sandy Gap, I think it was, and when we got up there, I mean, we used a good bit of water to get up there. The next water source was, a mile and a half, 2 miles south, and south being the direction of Davidson Campground. So when we got up there, we just kind of made the decision, you know what, let's just go all the way to Davidson Campground and call it a day. So it ended up being our longest day, so that's what we did. So we went down to Davidson Campground, got in the vehicle, and both went our ways. So we ended up doing 8.7 miles yesterday. Like I said, the longest day, I think we were at 7 miles and 6 miles days before. We ended up doing 2,000 feet of elevation, which was a butt kicker for us. So learned a lot, definitely learned a lot on the Art Loeb Trail, which is what the Shakeout hike is about. So my blood sugars for yesterday, I started in the morning at 151. I struggled with that a little bit because when I first tested, I was 68, and I thought, nah, that can't be right. So I tested again, I was 192, and I thought, well, I'm hoping that's not right. And then I tested again, and I was 151, and I thought, that seems more like we're in line with where my blood sugars have been going. So I went with that 151. Now, like I said, a couple days before, and everybody's different, and I'm not a doctor by any means for this diabetes stuff here, but when I traveled up to North Carolina, I didn't eat very well, and so my blood sugars were really off, and it takes me a few days for them to kind of level out, and I started to see that then yesterday. So 151 was still low for the morning. My mornings sometimes can be high, but by high I mean, 120, 130, 140, somewhere in there. So I was really disappointed in the 170s that I'd been seeing over the last couple days. But lunch yesterday, I was down to 110, and I thought, okay, now I'm back to where I normally am. And then before dinner last night, I was 111. And just for reference, this morning I was 101. So my goal being 80 to 120. And so I seem to be back on track now. So that's good. Yesterday I ended up at 1,900 calories, only 12 grams, net grams, remember, of carbohydrates, and 129 grams of protein. And a lot of that was the pemmican, which I'll definitely go over more in another video with Moneypenny, just kind of how we do that. So overall, man, I really enjoyed the hike, being outside, being in the outdoors, and just relaxing, when I could, when I wasn't going up. I'm gonna post there's a picture in this reel somewhere of Odie standing beside "Don't Move the Rocks" sign. So a few times when we have some videos, we joked about "Don't move the rocks," and that sign is what prompted that. So I just want to give some reference there. And also, so big thanks to Odie for coming out. When he signed up for this, I don't know that he realized what he was signing up for, and he will tell you he struggled. Now he packed pretty much everything in his house in that small bag of his, and what didn't fit in was strapped on the outside. But and we had some good laughs because we served together years ago, and it was nice, talking to somebody about that. But he definitely struggled going up the hills, and anybody that knows Odie, he's always trying to think of something. And right towards the end, I was at the top of the hill waiting for him, and he comes up, and he's out of breath, and I'm gonna that one video of him just kind of dropping that what we call in the military the rucksack flop, that he was famous for that on the last couple days. But he says, I figured out my problem, and I thought, oh, here it comes, this is Odie. And he said, I did all my training based on speed, not torque. I needed more torque than speed. And I laughed. I said, dude, you're killing me. And up until then, the whole day, I've been trying to figure out a good trail name for him. And I had several options. And, I go by the rule that once you repeat it, somebody else has to give it to you. And once you repeat it, then it's yours. So I had several that I tried, walking along. Hey, what do you think about this? This seems, pretty close. And he never said one. And then when he said, I trained for speed, not torque. And I said, well, there you go, torque. And he goes, yeah, torque might be it. And I said, well, it is now because you repeated it. So he'll be torque for forevermore as his trail name. So again, thanks Torque for hanging out with me and making sure I made it back alive. I appreciate it. And I'll do another video here soon of lessons learned. My pack will definitely be adjusted somewhat. I think I got some good, I learned a lot of stuff. This is really working, and this might not really work. Things I didn't really think about before. And I'm so glad it was cold so that I could get a real good feel for how it's going to be, when I start March 20th. I'll tell you one big takeaway, huge takeaway that I was thinking about last night driving back. The mileage you do when you're training on the ground, walking trails around your home or whatever, do not equate to mileage on a mountain. Because I will tell you, I thought 8 miles, if I can do 4 miles in the morning, that's 2 hours. That's what I do. You know, I can do 4 miles in two hours easy at home. Well, 4 miles in the mountains, whole different story right there. That up and down, man. And you know, down is a little easier as far as you're not strenuous, but for me, down is definitely, you know, I take my time because you know, I'm trying to save my legs and not you know, do something stupid. So I'm not moving really fast going down. It's just a little easier going down. But man, you don't count all that in. So I'm definitely relooking my first couple days on the AT. But I am pretty confident in the 8 miles, that I can get 8 miles a day for the first couple days, just based on what I was able to do on the Art Loeb. And I still have, you know, what, 50 days to, you know, increase some of my step training before then. So yeah, if you like what you see, please hit the like button, subscribe, and talk to you again on the channel. Thank you.